I was going to say Alyssa Milano is the goofiest person in Hollywood, but I think we have to give that to Jennifer Lawrence. Big story yesterday. Jennifer Lawrence gave an interview to Variety, and she was like, yeah, I'm the first female superhero. First female action star, really. No one's done it before me. And that's, of course, not true. It's incredibly false. Don't forget that Jennifer Lawrence recently has been in the news because, well, she has denounced her family. Why? Well, because they support the Orange Man. So she's pretty much cut them out of her life, out of her life. That's the kind of person Jennifer Lawrence is. Suffers from TDS big time. Also, I saw the video that Geeks and Gamers did on this, and they had a beautiful montage where they had the clip of her and then the clip of her praising Weinstein. Because she, of course, when the news broke, denounced him and made fun of him, but there's all kinds of clips and pictures of her hanging out with him and calling him a dear friend. A dear friend. So here's the quote that she said. I remember when I was doing Hunger Games, nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie before because it wouldn't work. Oh, nobody. How ignorant is this? So Hunger Games is the first action hero female. And you guessed it right here is a movie called Foxy Brown, starring a woman of color as an action hero. This is such an ignorant woman. I remember, and Jennifer Lawrence is who I'm referring to that as an ignorant person because she's denouncing all of the groundbreakers before her. If anything, she should have used this to praise them for what they did. But no, instead, she decides to try to take all the focus for her. It's typical woke white woman behavior. So I remember when I was doing Hunger Games, nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie because it wouldn't work. Because we were told girls and boys can both identify with a male lead, but boys cannot identify with a female lead. And it just makes me so happy every single time I see a movie come out that just blows through every one of those beliefs and proves that it is just a lie to keep certain people out of movies, to keep certain people in the same positions they've always been in. I love this quote right here underneath that. Only Hollywood could take a nice Kentucky girl and turn her into something this ignorant and self-involved. It's so true, though. Just in this article alone, they have a bunch of people on here. Jennifer Lawrence is obviously not the first woman in the lead. You have Pam Grier right here in the 70s. Sigourney Weaver, Alien and Aliens, and that's a big one. That's 1986. There's stuff earlier than that. We have the 1970s there too, but Linda Hamilton, Terminator 2. That's a huge one because that's a juggernaut movie. And I'm not saying this isn't a knock on Alien and Aliens, which are fantastic movies, but Terminator 2 is a juggernaut movie. That's a movie that, I mean, that movie is still timeless, still holds up. People still love it. I mean, it holds that franchise up, to be honest. It's so good. It's probably the best, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, and you could feel free to disagree, but I personally believe that Terminator 2 is the greatest action movie ever made. Now, that's just my opinion. I'm sure some of you have your own favorite, but I do think Terminator 2 is the best action movie ever made. I think it's a masterpiece in the action class. Bridget Fonda, Point of No Return. Milla Jovovich, The Fifth Element, and the Resident Evil franchise. Fifth Element is a fantastic movie. And then Michelle Rodriguez in the Fast and Furious franchise. Demi Moore, Uma Thurman, Gina Carano, Angelina Jolie, and then, of course, Charlie's Angels. And a bunch of women right here. She's, of course, getting destroyed for this comment, and rightfully so. She's been getting roasted all night actually. Film fans roast Jennifer Lawrence after she falsely claims Hollywood never put women in the lead of action films before The Hunger Games. And she's rightfully being roasted here, by the way, because, I mean, come on. This was a stupid thing to say. It's almost like you've never watched any of these movies that you claim. Like, how could you not watch any of these movies? Here's her as Mystique. It's always something. Like, this is the thing with Marvel people. Remember, like, Black Panther was the first black superhero movie? What about Blade? You know, they completely forgot about Blade. They acted like that was the first time there's a black superhero. So, no, sorry, Blade was the first. And to be honest, it's a much better movie than Black Panther. I think Blade is a really good comic book movie. The CGI in it is not that great. I wish they would have done something different there at the end. But other than that, like, the movie is just a banger. Such a great movie. So, like, another Marvel person here is thinking that they're the first ever. She was an awful Mystique, by the way. Just gonna throw it out there, be honest. So, here's some tweets right here. Absolutely destroyed. The story is a monster, and rightfully points out a lot of the stuff that I just pointed out there. Adds a couple more. V for Vendetta, Crouching Tiger, Cutthroat Island, Salt, La Femme Nikita, Long Kiss Goodnight, the Underworld franchise. It's so true. Then it lists a whole bunch of more. Look, and then there's some more. Planet Terror. I love that movie. Panic Room, Mortal Kombat. Oh, that's actually a really good point because Sonya Blade. The Brave One, Blood Rain, Prometheus. Prometheus sucks, but the point is still good. I mean, look at this list of movies here. And he brings in some more. Oh, this is with the women, the names of the actors. Here's somebody roasting her here. Nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie. Tell me more about how you've never seen a movie that was made before you became an actor. That's true. Jennifer Lawrence proclaiming she was the first woman to ever be the lead in an action movie. Clearly, she never saw Sigourney Weaver's Alien franchise. Aliens is such a good movie. The first one's good too, but Aliens just really stepped it up. Another James Cameron movie, by the way. Terminator 2 as well. And then he comes out and says that testosterone ruins people. You never made these movies without testosterone, buddy. You never made them. Oh, David Levitt. Isn't that the Target guy? I'll forgive it this once because of the fact that he's owning Jennifer Lawrence here. Isn't it? But I think this is the guy that, like, tried to get that Target woman fired. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong there. People like Jennifer Lawrence can't make do with being a gigantic Oscar-winning star. She has to feel like she did something like no one else ever did before. And by golly, she will invent something like that if it's the last thing she does. So is Jennifer Lawrence super dumb or completely ignorant? And here's some people saying Ripley, Sarah Connor, Princess Leia, Wonder Woman. So she's getting ripped up. And, you know, I don't feel bad for her. It was a stupid thing to say. How did you think, like, you were going to get away with that? No one's going to sit there and buy that. She's just on a roll this year. She is on a roll. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Comment below. Check out my Rumble and my locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.